Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Ncaa26. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start us off. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Defensive line. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart. He's right now taking the field thinking about all the great memories he shared with his teammates, with his family, with the fans during his time. But he's got a job, David. He's coaching on the other sideline this one, and he wants to get the win for his team.
Oh, you dang right. And you got to pull back those feelings. It's great to be home. It's awesome to be where it started, but you're also paid to do a job, and you're paid by the other side. And right now, you want to go win, and you want to beat this squad because you're competitive, so it's got to be kind of bittersweet.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Pulls it in. It's Staley. There he goes. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. And the Volunteers come to the line in the hurry-up.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody?
He tries to take the top off. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion. Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands. Here comes the offense on first down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
All right, this defense is just getting ridiculous. First drive, how about this? Tone setter. Get an INT, create another turnover. By the way, they had 6 last week. 6 interceptions, picking up right where they left off.
Quarterback may change this route. Back to throw, it's Horn. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Caught in the backfield, it's Peoples. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Here comes the hurry up.
Gotta love this play call early in the football game. Like the quarterback, get in a rhythm, run a screen play, get it to a playmaker, create some space, move the sticks, get a first down. Nice start for this offense.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll move the tight end. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got it behind the line. It's Peoples. Oh, he's got some space. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so...
Touchdown, Buckeyes! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Guys, let's take a minute here and look big picture for Tennessee. With just a few games remaining, they're atop the conference standings. Jesse, how hard is it not to look ahead at this point?
Really, really hard because everybody's talking about the conference championship, who you might play. You still got to deal. You still got to take care of business on the field today. That's the most important thing. It's been a phenomenal season up to this point, David. Great things ahead potentially, but you got to win this one today.
Well, and I think that's what's really important. It's a great start, and now it's about finishing the season. To be at the top is awesome, but you can't lose a conference game or 2 conference games and get yourself out of the mix here right at the end when you're so close to the finish line.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Tennessee. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Back to throw. It's Horn. He's going for it all. Reels it in down the left side. All around of space. Touchdown, Ohio State. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver. streaking straight down the outside of the field. And my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
We've been talking about this Big 12 showdown all week, guys. Let's show you how things played out. Texas Tech made it look easy today, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about a double-digit road victory. And a win like this only confirms there is something special brewing with these Red Raiders.
To the air on first down. Fires to the tight end.
This game may or may not impact the college football playoff, fellas, but it's bound to shake things up in the Big 12 standings.
Devin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. So now it's second and long. Wants to go up top. Under fire. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. Second down coming up. Looking to fire. Throwing right. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And that's his second big play for this defense. Man, he does such a great job locking into the quarterback, breaking on the football. 2 interceptions already in the first quarter.
Back to throw, it's Horn. Pocket breaking down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if this quarterback goes. Way again.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. And that might be the edge of his range, but he had just enough. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Tennessee offense. They're quickly in a 10-point hole, trailing 17-7 and needing to put together a drive. They'll run the screen. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
I love the start for this quarterback. Like last week, it wasn't his greatest outing. Like, let's put it this way. It wasn't real good at all. He's already surpassed his passing output in this game. So he's completely flipped the script. Nice bounce back already to start this game, too.
Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his big tight end. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down.
Well, this guy struggled the last time, Matt. He knew he had to get back in the film, get back to the practice field, and work on some things. And I think he did some good work because he's already thrown for more yards in this first quarter than he did his last time out.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Matthews. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And what a difference one game makes, right? This guy already in the first quarter has thrown for more yards than he did in his last game. He just looks like a much more confident quarterback, and it's incredible how good things happen to QBs when they find a rhythm early.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
And how about the bounce back for this QB? He's already got more passing yards right now than he had all last game. Nice job not getting down, not getting negative, not letting one bad game turn to two. Nice bounce back already in this next game.
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. And this defense, this crowd, this atmosphere, it can rattle an offense in a hurry.
You can shake them up. When you can get to the quarterback and affect them, we all know they become very human. They start seeing things, and with this crowd, they can't hear anything. This place is going absolutely nuts. Nice job rushing the passer, igniting the crowd.
And the Vols with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Going to swing it on second down. Grab behind the line. It's Lewis. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Using his feet. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Vols!
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. drive will come from their own 17. Looking to throw, it's Horn. Throws to the tight end. Got him downfield. Oh, he's getting a hasty. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Will we see more offensive firepower on display, or will the defenses finally find their footing? We're ready to go here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Quarterback making adjustments. Off play action on first down. Looking for the end zone. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Looking for a man. It's Horn. Got it in the middle. It's Peoples. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
I know that was third down, and I know the quarterback's trying to be careful. You don't want to be too greedy, but he had guys open downfield. I think if he had been a little bit more patient and been a little bit more willing to let the play develop, I think he could have converted that with a throw vertically down the field. Instead, he got lazy, checked it down to his running back, and now they're setting up fourth down.
On fourth down, going to the air. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Trying to take it back. He's at the 10, and it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Volunteers.
Yeah, and how about that, man? Fourth down, trying to go make a play, get this offense going, get it sparked, get some points on the board, and that couldn't have gone any worse. They throw the pick. Not only that, they return it all the way back for 6. That offense just shot themselves right in the foot.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. The big thing now.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Now the play fake. Rushes on him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate, and that's the reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
To the air, it's Horn. That's reeled in, it's Smith. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
The offense changing the play. Looking to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle, it's Miller. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They'll leave it with him. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
And the Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Fires to the big fella. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. David, that is a great security blanket for a quarterback to have a tight end to make those conversions.
Dang right. Find the big fella on 3rd and short. Dependable, clutch, nice hands, first down.
Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Peoples. Never gives anyone a clean shot at him. He's down to the 34. The Buckeyes in the hurry-up. Trying play action. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That is just great total defense on that play. First off, you get pressure, you get to hit the quarterback, but 2, you've got the intended target double covered. There was no way the offense was coming up with a completion on that play.
To the air, it's Horn. Hauls it in. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are, sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
The Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. Making side adjustments here. Grabbed in the middle, it's Smith.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
And the Buckeyes have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Bring in the heat. Caught near the sticks. It's Peoples. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Just keeps slinging it. Unloads to the wideout. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Man, the defense is making it tough on this quarterback early. They already have an interception. They almost came away with another one there. They're doing a great job reading his eyes and breaking on the ball.
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Quick completion to the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Looking downfield, it's Horn. Got his man on the outside. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. The Buckeyes didn't start this drive with great field field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
Man, and that's a play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
He cannot get it in. A mere inches away from pay dirt.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollock.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now,
into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
And man, that stings. If you're a defense, you get all the way to a 4th down situation and held them so many times, and man, they punch it in late, especially with the physicality. I hate when I get beat with physicality, and they pounded them, ran the football with all the big guys in the game, and got the touchdown.
Now the 2-point conversion attempt is coming. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Getting set for the point after. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Well, that was about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Wants to throw on first down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. The Volunteers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. Now you got to think they'll really go on the attack. Big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 48. To the air on first down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
And those corner routes, those quarterbacks need to throw the ball with some air and put it towards the sideline, away from the defender. You could tell a little bit maybe underthrown. The defender doing a good job sticking with the play, getting his hand on the football, and getting the deflection.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. 3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Vols will call on their punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Gets his first one of the day away. He might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking to pass. It's Horn. Oh, he should have had that one right in his hands, and he couldn't hang on. Typically, he makes that play. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to adjust the pattern. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's going to fire deep. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This quarterback is living dangerously now. Threw a pick earlier in the game, and he almost threw another one right there. These windows are tight. He's got to be really good with his decision-making.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. What a job to lay out and make the catch. A costly penalty wipes out that third down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Off the play fake. Holds it in on the left. There he goes. The tag. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You know, there are so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to go up top on first down. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
They'll run play action. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield, under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
Very little will make a crowd hold its breath, like a perfect turn, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. He wants to change this route. Looking for a man. It's Horn. Here's the pressure. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking downfield very late in the half. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
What a tremendous job in coverage by that DB. He just stayed in the receiver's hip pocket, then able to locate the football and swat it away.
One more snap coming before halftime. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Volunteers will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback up. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And, man, could they have used that? It'll be second down.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage, but can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. He's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches, so I don't mind him taking another shot there.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Peoples. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was
He's going to throw deep right side.
Yeah, whatever glitch shit you just pulled, nigga.
Trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. A lot of glorious days in the history of the Buckeyes, and this might put this guy right at the top of the list for a single game.
And that list of names is incredible. Like, we could go down the list of so many guys that have been such great playmakers, so dynamic. So to think about putting yourself in that category, we're going to be talking about winning trophies and this guy being an All-American by season's end.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner is stopped. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
For you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go.
Snatches it on the run. Running free. Touchdown, Tennessee. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing him go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Interesting showdown in the Pac-12 today, men. Take a look at how things are playing out. Oregon State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Beavs have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Virginia Tech. If anything changes in this pivotal Pac-12 matchup, guys, you know we're here to bring it to you.
Oh, and how about that? I know breaks into the open.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. It's a bad scheme to try to cover this guy one-on-one, much like Michigan State tried to do against Joey Galloway in '93. But the difference there is the reason Joey Galloway couldn't be covered is that no one really wants to be around him.
Ain't that the truth? We work with him weekly. We can say that and be very firm about it. But here's the thing. Joey Galloway. Think about the other names to wear the scarlet and gray. So many guys year after year. You know Ohio State fans, Reese, they're going to claim, wide receiver U. They try to claim that because so many greats have been through that university.
Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. The give to the tailback.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given them a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Knocked down way behind the line of scrimmage. They'll call it a 9-yard loss. And the Buckeyes moving quickly to the line. Might be changing the route. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
That is not an easy situation if you're an offensive lineman, 2nd and 3rd and long, because you know the D-line, they're coming. They know you're throwing the football. As an O-lineman, you better get out of your stance and get your hands up and punch and not miss, because if you do, then that's what happens right there.
Offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. These guys scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Now a chance. Unloads it downfield. Makes the grab on the right. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. This offense always looking for those big explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30.
Well, these two have been absolutely unstoppable in this game, and it just feels like every time this guy drops back to throw, he's throwing it to one guy and one guy only. The defense cannot stop him. He has been a matchup nightmare all game long.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Somehow fits it into a host of defenders. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads it left. Makes a connection. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that 1st down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the 2nd half.
On the move. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is the top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against.
Touchdown ball! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Quarterback making checks. Back to pass, it's Horn. Finds his tight end. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
To the air on 2nd down. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And I think if you're the head coach here, you've kind of got mixed reviews on your passing attack so far because, yes, you've thrown for a bunch of yards and you've thrown a couple touchdowns, but you've also given up 4 sacks now. Pass protection has not been great, even though they've got the lead in this game.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up 4th down, they only have a 1-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
He'll haul it in right around the logo. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Looking downfield on 1st down. Here's a heat. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. These DBs going to give a little cushion. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really effective.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys, and he's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power. You just simply can't block him, and that last play is his 10th sack of the season.
Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air, it's Horn. Firing to the right, complete. Quickly gets back on top of it and prevents a turnover. The Buckeyes want to move quickly. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Still running at the 40. Turning it on. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
This guy reminds me a little bit of Devontae Smith back in Alabama winning the Heisman. This guy makes plays week in, week out. Top 5 right now in the nation in receiving yards, and that's why he's in the Heisman discussion.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now it's tough sledding on the ground.
Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. The officials offer the deal, and the accepts it. They will take the penalty. Much more manageable situation for this offense after the penalty. It's 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. The screen, and watch out. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the 1st down. The Buckeyes are flying down the field. Might be calling a hot route. Dropping back, it's Horn. Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior.
Well, that's just a miss by the quarterback. That simple slant route, that ball's got to be thrown out in front or put in the face mask of the receiver. Bad throw by the QB.
2nd down. Pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
That's separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. It's complete to the left. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. And the Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And, man, could they have used that? It'll be 2nd down.
Man, is that the opportunity they needed? That is exactly what this defense needed. They need to swing momentum. They needed to get the ball back.
Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
I think the thing that's so impressive about this defense, it's not just the athleticism and the ability to get to the quarterback. It's the variety in the ways they can do it. Sometimes it's a 4-man rush. Sometimes it's a 3-man rush. Sometimes it's all-out blitz. But with the speed they have, especially in that front 7, it has been a nightmare.
Deep shot for the end zone. He got it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with the 1st down. So this offense with an opportunity to put this game in a hammerlock if they can score and bleed the clock. To the air, it's Horn. Touchdown, Ohio State. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Finds the tight end. At the 45, on his way. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
Well, they've got a ways to go if they're going to win this game. It's all about getting the drive started. They come away with a positive play to get this thing going. Let's see what they can do now.
Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the right. He's got an open man. There he goes. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. And the Vols want to pick up the tempo. Looking to pass inside the red zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Volunteers.
And how about the...
And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Lining up to add another. Just got a little casual with it and blew the extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week to week, it's so tough to figure the Mountain West, which is why this one is notable. UNLV is on top, but it's not like Randall Cunningham is playing quarterback today, which is why they can't pull away. They're up by 4 over Kansas. The Mountain West likes to keep things interesting, and we'll circle back if anything big happens. Gentlemen?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Volunteers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play.
And they got to protect their quarterback better up front. They got to give him a little bit more time to make some damage down the field. But look at this. Here they go. No huddle, back on the line, make the defense communicate.
And he feels the heat coming in and burns him up. Another sack.
Goodness gracious, this is a master class, a clinic on how to get to the quarterback. The 7th sack of the game. Are you kidding me? That's a season for some teams. They've lived in the backfield.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Catch inside the 25.
That is just what this offense needed, man. A big play down the field, trying to score a touchdown, trying to take the lead late in this football game, but now they don't have to go super fast. They don't have to rush. Great play by this offense.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. The Vols have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fakes makes the grab. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him.
Touchdown, Tennessee! They move on top here in the 4th.
And the timing had to be perfect. Down here, this close to the red zone, the windows to throw into are so small, but the quarterback, his receiver, on the same page. And with that touchdown catch, they now take the lead.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for the big return there, but he'll go out of bounds at the 28. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. He might want another play. Looking to throw, it's Horn. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Gordon. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Grab near the sticks, it's Gordon. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. They're going back to the ground. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Got the back over the middle. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
And you're seeing why this guy is on the field during 2-minute situations. He can catch the football and make things happen. Nobody open downfield. You just dump it down to him and let the guy go to work, pick up a huge play, and help this offense get in position to win the game.
They'll try to get the first through the air. Floats it out in space. He's stopped right there, short of the first down, and this defense trying to preserve the lead. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That delay of game penalty pushes the offense back even closer to its own end zone. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And that's a play the quarterback would love to have back. Late in the game, trailing by only 1 possession on 4th down, it looked like there was a window to put that football in, to get the catch, keep the drive going. The quarterback has an inaccurate pass. It falls incomplete, and that is probably going to do it.
Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw 2 really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, 2 really good teams, and that's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good.